Hey guys, welcome back to Beast Quest, Series 26, Book 3, Silexa the Stone Cat. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another awesome review on Beast Quest. Like always, ladies and gentlemen, in-depth story analysis and then my overall thoughts on this epic adventure, so make sure you've read this book before watching this review, unless you don't count for spoilers. So let's not waste any time and get through with this. Let's see. Tom and Eleanor were escorted by Jed, a villager from the tribe that Tom and Eleanor saved from Malix last book. Now they continue on their journey to stop Zargon from rising the two remaining beasts. They reach the edge of the forest, encounter an armored horse which turns out to belong to a ghost called Roger, the warrior who originally fought Malix, basically, the warrior who originally killed that beast the first time. He told them of the next beast, where it was, and even gave them his own steed to escort them there. Saying goodbye to Jed and Roger's ghost, they were off to Vigar, the location of Silexa the Stone Cat. They reached their location, the ghost horse vanished, and Tom and Eleanor explored the city, uncovering the ruined village that it used to belong to some people who lived in it, but from this mosaic that they find, it would seem that the people worshipped the beast. After feeling a presence, Tom and Eleanor heard a boy cry for help. They raced to see Zargon using his magic to choking the boy, kind of like force choke from Darth Vader. Zargon was pissed to see our heroes still alive and vowed he wouldn't fail again. Zargon let the child go, which is kind of silly when I'll get to that later. The boy tried to run away. But while Zargon fought our heroes, he quickly blasted a pillar to fall on the boy, allowing him to escape. Another Star Wars reference, Episode 2, where Dooku did the same thing. Once Zargon left, our heroes discovered the boy was part cat. It seems Tangala held many secrets, which one wonders if the Queen knew about this too. Anyway, Tom's shield powers had been disabled last book, but in here it's shown they work again as they revive the kid. However, he wasn't very grateful, fleeing from the group, fleeing from our heroes, dropping a pendant. Our heroes pressed on, wondering if the other tribe here, if the boy was here, was the tribe here too, and if so, why didn't they leave when their home is in ruin? Because why would the tribe stay if their home is now in ruins? You know what I mean? Mind you, it wasn't long before they came face to face with the tribe themselves, as they tried to get answers from them. Tom explained why they were here and mentioned Silexa, causing the entire tribe to pounce on him and Eleanor. The boy showed up and explained that and called off the tribe and explained that they helped him out as he was communicating with the leader under their native tongue. The tribe leader, known as Alessa, explained her son Ezra told of how our heroes helped him out while also returning his pendant. Our heroes added on, explaining more details about Zargon and what he intends to do. So the people are worried that the cat tribe, worried the cat tribe went with our heroes to try and stop Zargon at Silexa's temple. Which Ezra because Ezra was forced to tell Zargon her location. On their way, they explained how an earthquake ruined their home, and by the time they got there, Zargon had already freed Silexa. I should mention the weapon this time that was used to free Silexa from her prison was a mace. Zargon summoned Silexa, who the cat folk bowed down at first. And sadly, we get a missed opportunity. You see, I thought Zargon would say, right, since you worship Silexa and I control her now, you obey me. And he could order Silexa to turn the cat people against our heroes. But no. Zargon orders Silexa to attack both our heroes and the tribe. While Tom orders everyone to evacuate, our heroes then split up, with Tom going for the Stone Cat and Eleanor going for Zargon. At first, Tom appears to be cornered because of the closed space. But he realizes he could use that against Silexa as he tricks her into smashing it all down upon her. Basically, he tricks her into smashing the entire temple on her as he escapes. So he thinks he's killed her that way. Everyone turns to bring in Zargon However, it is revealed Silexa is still alive. Don't worry, she's not a Lynxian. She doesn't have 9 lives. She actually has similar abilities to the beast Jakara, where she can turn into mist. Only difference here is Jakara was more of a spirit type of thing, while Silexa can turn into actual smoke. Anyway, this allowed Zargon to flee while our heroes tried to fight Silexa. However, Tom gets hurt, which makes Silexa leave instead of killing him for some reason. Again, weird. Tom heals via token, and then Silexa returns. Okay, she's got too much ego. Why wouldn't she kill Tom when she's got him down for the count? Because she hurts his elbow or something like that, so she could easily finish him off. But then she's like, nah, I'm going to do something else. And then she comes back when he's back on his feet, so it's kind of weird. Moving on though. Our heroes fled, luring Silexa outside, and after hopping from some ruins, they figure out how they could beat her by using Tom's shadow form from his white jewel. However, its weakness was Tom's body would be immobilized, not able to move. So they try to hide his body. Again, while he separates his shadow from his body, basically. Then Eleanor lures Silexa towards her. However, Silexa smells Tom's body and goes for it. Silexa was almost there until Eleanor insults Silexa, which made the cat pause, turn round, and get shot in her eye by one of Eleanor's arrows. Then she went smoke form, which allowed Tom's shadow to deliver the killing blow. He returned to his body. Silexa dies as a good soul, which restores the ruins, basically, to restored into good purity. So like the whole ruins of the place here is now back to its proper how it looks normally. Yeah, and the cat people are all thankful and grateful. And they told our heroes where the final beast lies in a volcano. Of course, Zargon got away to prepare for the final beast. And it is a nice reference that the final book for this series is a callback to the finale of season 1, because both of those books will take place in a volcano. Anyway, though, so there is our story analysis on Silexa the Stone Cat. We're now going to go into characters and then my overall thoughts on this epic adventure. So let's start off with Tom. Tom gets kind of the main role here, which again, standard issue as it is. He is the one to take out Silexa with his shadow. But there is enough of Eleanor in there that it does feel more like a dual thing, which I do kind of like. So even though he doesn't get much to do, he does have a bit more development in this book compared to Eleanor, I would say. Next up is Eleanor. Again, she doesn't get as much as Tom, which because he's trying to get his point across to. He's very trusting. He really wants to get people's trust across, help people out, try and get this mission accomplished the most, I would say. Eleanor, no, she does her few says in this, where she takes that shot on the beast, helps the people evacuate, and hides Tom's body to stop and tries to lure Silexa away. So she does quite enough to get her point across, I would say. Then we've got our side character. I would say for this one it is a lesser. There is also Ezra, her son, but he's more of a plot device just to introduce him. He's more of a plot device to introduce our characters to the tribe, basically. And Alyssa is basically that token character where you're like, I'm not sure if I should trust you. We see how it goes. Eventually, at the end, they gain their trust again. Throughout this series, we've had this set up throughout this entire series. In Series 1, it was the village against Technos. They didn't trust them at first. They locked them up. And then at the end, they beat the beast, gaining their trust. In Malix, it's done a bit more creatively, I would say, with a tribe, and then they do a little test to pump it up a bit, and there are more stakes that are going to try and kill them, so it's a bit more interesting there. As for this one, the only interesting fact about this version is, like, they're not sure to trust them, they don't threaten them in any way, apart from the pile thing, and they're cat people, so there is a bit of a difference, but it is basically a colour swap with the whole, they bump across a village tribe, they don't trust them at first. They beat the beast, gaining their trust, basically. It's the same scenario back to back. I am hoping for something different in the finale book. for the side character stuff, because it is basically the same with a different color palette. You know what I mean? Zargon, again, sadly he gets the back role. I would say he gets a tiny bit more than the second book, because he does threaten a child to tell him the location of something that will further him in the plot. But apart from that and making Star Wars references, he really doesn't do much at all. And then by the time they want to do something to him, he's gone. So moving on though to the beast itself, Silexa. Oh my god. I mean, the only thing cool about this beast to me, which is a great disappointment, is because it's a cat beast, and I have my own fascination. I do like cats as well as animals. But yeah, sadly, Silexa is kind of a disappointment. The only good thing about her is her power, which allows her to turn into smoke, where she can't be hurt as easily as you expect to be. Because I'm not sure. My problems are, I'm not sure how this, but she originally is a good, according to the people, she was originally a good beast, as like their deity. But in book 1 of the series, the beasts were evil, from what we're told. And they needed like 4 great warriors to take them down. And yes, there were weapons created to turn their status from bad to good. But this backstory they give to Silexa implies that it was before that. So I'm not sure what that's about. So it is confusing about why Silexa was told to be a good when she should be evil at the start, because it just confuses the plot on the book 1. It's very convoluted, because in book 1 we're supposed to say the beasts are evil, these weapons will turn them good, and then or kill them, or whatever. And then in this book it's like, oh no, Silexa was originally good from the start, but then she was killed off, and then it's very confusing. There was some other things I wanted to bring up too. Where was it? Let's see. Second, Silexa has a useful power, which I didn't bring up. But her ego, she's got this ego thing, which is kind of her weakness. She thinks she stops, she thinks she's like the top cat. After she thinks she's beaten Tom, she doesn't check to see if he's dead. Then she's about to kill Tom's body and only is taken back by an insult. Again, she's got like an ego, petty thing going on there. Only cool thing about her, like I said, is her ability. Also, why is this beast called the Stone Cat? The only thing I can see why she's called the Stone Cat is because there are ruins around her, or she's in a temple? Or is it because of the mosaic? Because there's nothing about her power or maybe about her appearance at all about that she's made of stone, her solid form at all. Even on the image it looks like fur. So there really is no connection of why she's called the Stone Cat, which is pretty of a shame. Again, and to no one's surprise, this is my least favorite book of Series 26. Even Technos, the pilot book, was a more well-handled adventure than this, I would say. Because it was a simple story, but it was a well-paced story, and it didn't confuse me at any points, while this one does. So that's why. On a story complex, that's why. But on a beast, where I know my friend Adam's going to review this, and I can see he's going to review it on a beast perspective, as in Adam Ferns. He's going to review this book on a beast perspective, and I can see him giving it a positive review because of its ability with the smoke stuff. But as a story review, I feel like it's got kind of this issue with her ego, with how her backstory, again, contradicts the story that it was given us in the pilot. And the fact that her title doesn't match up with her from what we got in the book. Anyway, those are my issues with Silexa. It's the weakest book of Series 26, but overall, I did, for what good elements were in the book, I did enjoy. Anyway, up next, ladies and gentlemen, is of course the next book on our Beast Quest adventure, wrapping up Series 26, is Chiron, Lord of Fire, which I'm sure will be much more interesting than this. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys next time, where I will be doing, some point, Chiron, Lord of Fire. Till next time, peace.